The night I found out my parents stole a house meant for me began with a toast. Grandpa's glass caught the light, his smile wide, proud. "Do you like the house I bought you?" he said. Every fork froze. My breath snagged halfway up my throat. "What house?" Silence sliced through the room like broken glass. Mom's hand slipped off her wine glass, red spilling across the tablecloth like blood in snow. Grandpa's smile disappeared. His chair scraped back, slow, deliberate. "Show me the deed. Now." That was the moment the truth crawled out of the shadows and took a seat at our table. But to understand that night, you have to go back 2 weeks. Back when my biggest worry was rent, overdue bills, and whether instant noodles counted as dinner 3 nights in a row. My apartment in Portland was small. Too small for the dreams I kept trying to stuff into it. The heater rattled like it was begging for mercy, but at least the noise drowned out my thoughts. Every December, my parents sent the same messages. Independence builds character. They said it right after posting photos of ski trips and champagne. Mom always ended her messages with a jab. "You should learn how to manage money like adults do." I stopped replying months ago. Silence was safer. The only person who ever made me feel seen was Grandpa Edward Brooks. He was everything they pretended to be. Calm, precise, powerful without trying. When I was 22, he told me, "Someday, I'll make sure you have a place of your own." I thought he meant advice, not an actual house. A week before Christmas, he called. His voice was lighter than usual. "This year, I have a special gift for you." I laughed. "Grandpa, you don't have to." "Oh, it's already done," he said. I didn't think much of it until later that night when I scrolled past my parents' dinner party photos. Crystal glasses, red wine, fake smiles. Caption: "Family is everything." It felt like a joke. I was tired of being the punchline, and I told my friend Clara over coffee the next day. "Maybe he's giving you something real this time," she teased. "Or another lesson disguised as generosity," I muttered. A few days later, an email appeared in my inbox. "Congratulations on the successful sale of the Pacific Lane property." My first thought was spam. Then I saw the address. Pacific Lane. My heart stuttered. That was the street Grandpa once said would fit my sunlight. I called Mom, keeping my voice light. "Hey, random question. Did Grandpa ever buy a house on Pacific Lane?" Silence. Then her voice came, too smooth. "No, sweetheart. That deal fell through years ago." "Oh, because I got this weird email. You shouldn't open things that aren't yours," she cut in sharply. "You always overthink." And then she hung up. Her calm didn't sound calm at all. Sounded like fear. That night I couldn't sleep. Every creak in the apartment whispered, "They lied at BY morning." I traced the email to a realtor's office. Pretending to be a buyer, I asked about recent sales. The agent said, "Oh yes, the Pacific Lane house sold 3 years ago under the name Thomas Brooks." Thomas. My father. My hands went cold. My parents had sold the house, my house, and lied about it. When Grandpa called later to confirm Christmas dinner, I wanted to tell him everything. But I couldn't. "Not YSO." I smiled through the phone. "Of course I'll be there. I'll bring dessert." That night I whispered into the dark. "Okay, Christmas dinner it is." 3 days later, I showed up at Grandpa's office pretending to drop off his gift early. His assistant, Sarah, smiled nervously. "Mr. Brooks thought you'd already moved in," she said softly. "Moved in? Where?" She glanced around, then handed me a folder. Inside was the original deed. My name clear as daylight. Behind it, another page. A sale agreement, signed by Thomas Brooks. The world tilted. I sat in my car gripping the papers until they crumpled. My pulse thudded in my ears. I called Clara. "They sold it," I said flatly. She was silent for a moment. "Then make sure they hand it back themselves." I didn't answer. I just whispered, "They will." The next day I met Grandpa's lawyer, Mark Steele. "You'll be there, right?" I asked. He looked at me carefully. "Do you want me to protect your grandfather, or expose your parents?" "Both," I said. "In that order." Christmas came dressed in gold light and quiet lies. Our family gathered around a table too long for our hearts. The laughter felt rehearsed. Grandpa sat at the head. Steady, kind, unaware. When he lifted his glass, his eyes glimmered. "To family," he said warmly. Mom smiled. "Always." I caught her gaze, and for a moment, she looked like someone waiting for a storm she knew she caused. Dinner went on until Grandpa turned to me. "By the way, do you like the house I bought you?" The room went still. What house? I asked. The question cracked the silence in half. Mom's glass tipped, red spilling across white linen. Dad's jaw locked. Grandpa's confusion turned to disbelief. Show me the deed, he said quietly. Dad tried to speak. This isn't the time. It's exactly the time, Grandpa snapped. I trusted you to handle it for her. Mom's voice shook. Edward, please, we only. Don't, he said. Don't insult me with another lie. Sarah stepped in from the side doorway, holding a brown envelope. Grandpa called Mark. The lawyer opened his briefcase and spread the documents on the table. This, he said, is the original purchase deed. Buyer Angelina Brooks. He flipped to the next page. And this sold 3 months later. By Thomas Brooks. Grandpa's hand trembled. You sold her house? The one I bought for her future. Dad's voice cracked. We were managing it. She wasn't ready. Ready for what? I snapped. To stop depending on you? Mom reached for me. Honey, we did it for you. You were struggling. No, I said. You did it for yourselves. Grandpa stood, his chair scraping against the floor. From this day forward, he said, his voice steady and cold, you don't speak for her again. Mom broke down, mascara bleeding down her cheeks. Edward, we didn't mean to hurt her. But you did, he whispered. And you did it while smiling across my table. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a small velvet pouch. Inside, a silver key glinted under the chandelier light. It was meant to be yours, Angie, he said softly. It still is. Dad stood shouting. You can't cut us out over a misunderstanding. Grandpa turned to him, eyes like stone. You're right. Your family, but not mine. Silence. The kind that hums louder than thunder. Mom whispered, Angelina, please tell him we can fix this. I looked at her, calm. You can't fix something you sold. Mark gathered the papers neatly. We'll start proceedings in the morning. Grandpa rested a hand on my shoulder. Merry Christmas, he said quietly. Not to them but to me. When I stepped outside, snow was falling again, soft and slow. Through the window I saw him still standing tall, a silhouette against warm light. Inside, my parents sat small and broken, trapped by their own lies. I whispered. They wanted me to earn my life. I just did. The next morning the house was silent. Their car was gone, 2 tire tracks fading into the snow. Grandpa found me in the sunroom, coffee cold in my hands. I gave them too much trust, he said. I thought money could keep us honest. You believed the best in them, I said quietly. That's not a mistake. He smiled, weary but proud. You reminded me what honesty looks like. He handed me a fresh deed. My name clean and untouched. The house is officially yours, he said. No signatures missing this time. My throat tightened. I don't even know if I want it anymore. You don't have to move in, he said. Just know it's waiting like I am. A week later, I stood on Pacific Lane. The house gleamed white against the snow, silent and still, like it had been waiting for me. I held the key up to the morning light. For the first time, I didn't feel like someone's daughter or disappointment. Just me. I turned the key in the lock and whispered, home. Justice doesn't always shout. Sometimes it just stands up. If this story hits something in you, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more stories that remind us. Truth always finds its way home.